What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense, and today's story I want to talk about is one of my worst fears, and one of every other parent's worst fears is them finding news of their own child dying. And in this case, the child was brutally beaten. He was beaten to death. He was murdered outside of LeBron James' school. I'm going to read the article out, and then I'm going to talk about it, give my take on it, and then you'll have more of an idea of the reason why I am talking about this. So, 17-year-old boy was found beat to death outside of LeBron James found high school after he apparently drove around with his friends and shot a water gun at people, according to reports. Ethan Lyman was found Thursday in a parking lot near basketball courts of the I Promise school in Akron. He reportedly died as a result of blunt force head trauma. The teen's family has asked for anyone for information on the crime, so they don't even know who did this yet. Let's see. Ethan was everything. He was a good boy. He was smart. He loved life. He loved living life. He wanted to be friends with everybody. His devastated mother, Jennifer Lyman, said on Tuesday, Ethan didn't see color. He saw hearts. He was just such a good person. Bill, a pastor at Montrose Zion United Methodist Church, said his son and three friends went to the I Promise school on the fateful night to figure out what they wanted to do. The four pals ran into another group, including three young males and a young female, before an altercation the father described as horseplay escalated. Teenagers were being teenagers, Bill said, according to the Beacon Journal. I don't want to say too much about the investigation, but apparently some of his friends who were with him were fooling around in the parking lot, and some of the other people didn't like it. The father said Ethan got out of the car and told people to relax. It's a joke, it's a joke. And the individuals didn't like that. One individual attacked him. Another person then came up from behind and hit him in the head. He was fighting for his life. A third individual came up behind him and overwhelmed him, and they knocked him out on the ground. His friends tried to help him. My son Ethan Lyman was murdered by three African-American males and a female who stood by and did nothing. On Wednesday, Police Chief Stephen Mylett and Mayor Dan Horrigan held a news conference to clear up rumors about the deadly incident. There were assumptions made that this was race-related. There's nothing that we have in our possession right now, any information at all indicating race played a role, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. They always got to ask that question, right? I want to reassure the community that if we do receive information that race played a role, I mean, what's the difference? It's a freaking homicide. It was a senseless act of violence in our city. We have a lot of work to do. Man, born in 2004. He's the same age as my son. My son just graduated, so this is definitely crazy. So basically, I guess there's like some type of TikTok challenge where it's not just a water gun. It's a type of water gun that has like little miniature water balloons in it. And I guess they was going around shooting people at the basketball court and stuff like that, and it escalated. So in no way in any part of the world should anybody be murdered for something like that, right? Nobody should be murdered. That they went overboard. Now, on the flip side, the reason why I wanted to hop on here and talk about this, because as a parent, I'm always talking to my kids. And here's the thing, kids are going to do what they're going to do. But I'm always trying to explain to my kids, like, even though you're not doing anything, if you are in a situation where, you know, people are fooling around, it can quickly escalate. You know, somebody will pull out guns and start shooting. Somebody will jump and try to fight you, and you can be snuffed out in an instant. And when it comes to teenagers, there's like, we see this stuff. We've seen this stuff happen. I've lost people before. I've seen stuff go down. I've been involved in stuff to where I was just a bystander, and all of a sudden, you know, like, we're all like pepper sprayed by the police, and it just escalated quickly. So the parents, you know, we feel like we know stuff can escalate quickly, but at the same time, you can't just lock your kid up in the house. They have to go out. You know, they have to be out and about. And the kids, even if a kid is a good kid, they have no way of predicting how a situation can escalate. And so in this situation, he was trying to de-escalate things and say, hey guys, it was just a joke. Everything's all good. Everything's okay. And they basically just attacked him for it, you know. I don't know what else he could have did in that situation. And where were his friends? He was riding with four friends. how in the world, I mean, he was riding with three other friends. How in the world did, were they not able to help him out? Or why weren't they beat down? Did they run? And the thing is, they're kids. So sometimes it's hard for a kid to be like, oh, okay, I got to jump in and defend this dude. Like what else happened out there? But just a senseless death right here, just a senseless murder. It's the summertime right now, and the kids are gonna be out. Like I want my kids to go out, to get out of the house, walk the neighborhood, and go hang out. But then there's sometimes where I'm like, man, like shoot, I kind of want them to stay in and play video games, because I know how quickly stuff can escalate, and there's people out there who do not value human life. There's nobody out there to stop the fight. There's just so many things running through my head right now, but I wanted to get on and talk about this, just to reach out to parents, just to reach out to teenagers, like just an example of how quickly things can escalate, especially in this day and age, man. It's crazy. Like over a water gun. And this is a challenge going on TikTok where even police officers are purchasing these guns or these water guns, and they're having like little wars and little fights and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of people just going around the neighborhood and probably just shooting people, putting water, pranks are funny. But man, people are crazy right now. People are going crazy. They will flip the script on you, and they can't wait to take things overboard. They have surveillance, and so I'm surprised that they haven't found who did it. I don't know what's up with that. So it's just a lot of things going on. I just wanted to highlight this today, man. That's all I got for this one. I will see you on the next one.